Oh, I had to set that all the way back down. God damn. Cool, there we go. Okay. So, a lot of things happen this morning that were out of my control. So, to kind of explain, I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, so when I ended stream yesterday, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go on Pokemon Red and do the item overflow thing so I can get like all the Master Balls or whatever. So I did that. So, you know, we have 255 rare candies and then 252 Master Balls, and then we still can do the overflow to get whatever. Botrix? I don't know what that is. What's Botrix? I don't know what that is. Okay. So we did that, and so this morning I was going to go. So I did it on an emulator, just so it was a little bit faster. You know, at the same time, it's still a fucking glitch. So me doing it on an emulator and then just moving the save over, I don't think is a big deal, because again, we're still using a fucking glitch. You know, like we're still cheating. Like we're not, you know, it's still cheating. So yeah, I did it on an emulator, and this morning I was going to go move the save over so we can start streaming or whatever, and then my DS is like, oh, we can't read your SD card. And I was like, what do you mean we can't read? You can't read my SD card? And it's like, no, yeah, we can't read it. And so I'm just sitting there like, oh, well, fuck me. And so I put it into my computer thinking like, okay, maybe it'd just be something with the DS. I put it in the computer and it goes, oh, you have to format this card. And I'm sitting there like, what do you mean? I have to format this card. This card had saves on it. This card had photos on it from whenever I was a kid. I've had this card for 5 years, 6 years. And so, I'm just sitting there kind of like dumbfounded, trying to figure out what to do. And so it ended up being, yeah, it's dead. Like, big surprise, it's dead. And there's nothing I could do to bring it back. And so I was sitting there like defeated, like what do I do? Because I didn't think I had a backup for the Pokemon Blue game we finished yesterday. I didn't think we had a backup. And so I lost the SD card. Like, I had it, because I was gonna show, like, nothing's wrong with it, but I don't know where I put it. I thought it was right here. But yeah, so I was like, fuck. Oh, I found it. Yeah, so here's the dead SD card. Good old dead SD card. We're keeping this. This is a fond memory now of this is the dead Pokemon Blue SD card. So I was like, I didn't think I had a save, so I thought we would have to basically start from scratch. And I was kind of like, you know, this early on we're having major issues. Like, this early on, I shouldn't be having my SD card that I've never had issues with die on me. Right? And so I'm sitting there kind of just defeated, not knowing what to do. So I went and bought another SD card at Walmart for $9, and I got the 2-year protection plan. So if that bitch dies again, I'm gonna get fucking pissed. And I put everything back on it. My DS is back to being where it was. It's missing, like, I didn't re-download Gold. I didn't re-download Sun and Moon and stuff like that. Which I have Sun and Moon. Like, I have a physical copy of Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun. But I was sitting there like, what do I do? And so I look at my other DS and I went, did I move a save? Because sometimes I do that where if it's like I hit a really high threshold for this game, I'll move a save over. And I'm like, okay, cool. If I move the save, it may be 2 or 3 gyms back and it's, you know, I don't know what to do there. I moved the save to right before we beat the Elite Four. So when I started stream yesterday, that day, like earlier in that day, I moved a save. So all I had to do is rebeat the Elite Four, but I was like, you know, we already beat it once. I struggled through it. We did it on stream. So I just went and... It's not, I'm on red. I just went, glitched in rare candies, leveled up my Pokemon to where I can beat it. I beat it again, but I didn't catch any other Pokemon. I didn't get myself Master Balls. I didn't do anything like that. So we're we're here now. So where we are right now is I kind of realized that the odds for these original games are way higher than I thought. I thought they were 1 in 4 whatever. Hang on, I can go look. 1 in... I didn't write it down, but yeah, 1 in whatever. No, they're 1 in 8,192 because you have to have the defense, the speed, and the special defense all the same stat, which is 10. The attack stat has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, I think. And so that has to line up. And so it didn't fucking big. You missed the entire explanation. I'll re-explain it if you'd want. But yeah, we're fucked. So what we're going to do, and you can bite my ass, because we're restarting basically from like we're redoing a lot of things right now. What we're doing is I'm only going to shiny hunt the Pokemon that are static encounters for Pokemon Blue. So that includes Charmander, Ivysaur, and Squirtle, Mewtwo, Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, or whatever it's, Articuno, whatever it's called. And so we're doing those. We'll do Snorlax. I don't think I'm going to do the fishing ones. So originally we were going to do the Trader Flying glitch and get them all, but I feel that I am worn out of these games already. So I would just like to move on to Gold and have fun on Gold. So, Big Iris, to kind of explain what I was just going through, my DS's SD card died. And I lost everything. We lost all the Pokemon Blue. So, ignoring that I have 152 on the Pokédex, that's not a thing. It's just, it comes up when you have the glitch. So yeah, static encounter 1. We're off to a good start of 0.01. Which I think is false. I think I just have a rounding thing where it rounds up. So it doesn't go like way deep. We almost started off good. So what we're looking for is 10 defense, 12 speed, and 11 special, with 18 or 19 in health, and that's the stats we're looking at. So, yeah, Big, my SD card died, and so I had to go buy a new one, and we are very lucky that I did a save before the Elite Four yesterday. And encounter 2. Right here is whenever, nope, it's right there. Whenever you exit that menu, it resets. And it does like the RNG. Hey, look, this is a mon that could count. So we're 2 in, we're already close enough. So it needs to be a 26 or a 29 in the health stat. If it's 28, it's not gonna work. No, if it's 26 or 28, it doesn't need to be 27. If it's 27, we're just gonna reset. We're going up to 15 before it evolves. So yeah, I was very upset this morning. Looks like we're getting 38. I have to make sure that's good. No, it's 37. I don't think 37 is good. Here we go. 37 in HP will work. 37 in HP and will work. Okay. It's 38 I think we don't need. I'm gonna look. 38, yeah, 38 we don't need, but 37 and 39 are good. And then 36 will be good too. Let's look at the other stats. So we have... I'm just gonna... You know what? I'm gonna take a photo of this. And then just put it into Paint. And then just have it crop. And then kind of crop this down to it. And then have it sitting right there. Okay. 23 attack works. 21 defense does not, so that's a reset. So yeah, I don't know how long or how many Pokemon we're going to encounter today. I think it's going to take nearly a minute for every encounter, so if we have to do 4,192 of them, we could imagine, if we do math, 4,192 in minutes, 4,192 in minutes is about 70 hours. So I will be like 100% real with you, Chiefs. We will 100% whenever I'm not streaming, I will use a speed up tool. I just can't do it on my DS, but I will use an emulator to speed it up. The save that's on my emulator is the same save that this is running on, so it's the same trainer ID and trainer name. I will be doing that this entire time. Like, whenever I'm not on stream, I will do encounters through the fucking emulator. I don't care what anyone says. Because... fuck me. Oh, that's an encounter. Look, we're already at 0.04. I think that's actually kind of high, isn't it? Nope, restarting. Is this a hard reset? Yeah, I think that's a hard reset. Yeah, I think that's a hard reset. Why is it 0.4? Huh. I don't get why they don't have save states on Pokemon Red and Blue. Like, I guess it's because you can move the Pokemon forward, but at the same time, it's like, who fucking cares? Too high. So 13 is a perfect Speed Ivy. DV, whatever the fuck it is. Who fucking cares? A DV, that was an encounter. A DV. Okay, I'm gonna time it. So when it hits 15 minutes, 14 minutes. Okay, right now, we're counting that I clicked it whenever we got yes. So how long is it gonna take for us to check? It takes about 10 seconds for red, blue to talk. And it takes about... Okay, so every 20 seconds, we'll get an encounter. So that's 3 encounters a minute. So 8,192 divided by 3. And then you have to count the reset. So right now we're at 30 seconds to reset. So it's about 40 seconds per encounter. So that's like 1.4 encounters per minute. So we're still looking at like 40 hours. That's a reset. If we don't have to open the menu to get, like, look at all the stats, then we're good. That was also an encounter. 5 and 0.6. Yeah, so we're on time, so it's like every 40 seconds is an encounter. Maybe less if we restart sooner. That's a reset. And an encounter. Which I did check because I was a little bit worried about it. I gen a shiny and moved it into Pokemon Bank. Like, all I did was take the Charizard that I had from Pokemon Blue and set its IVs to be correct. And then put it in Pokemon Bank and it did move over, so we're going with the attack strat being random, defense, special attack and defense are the same, like they just move over correctly together, and speed. So right now we're really only randomizing defense, speed, and special, and just kind of praying attack works out. is the math for this. That's an encounter. 8. Hey, if we do 20 more, I think we'll have 1% none. Nope. Where's my stylus? I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this. I wish that instead of touching the bottom string that pops out the virtual console reset, I wish that they added like kind of touch controls to this. Which I need to do the save facing the Pokebud, so I could just click through. There we go, we saved a half a second. $9.11. $9.11. Nope, I don't want to save. And we're restarting. Cool. Okay, we're at 9. I want to see, when do we hit 1%? 1% is at 82 encounters. Fuck. Ooh. I saved facing upwards. Oh, it resets you back down. Yeah, forgot about that. That's 10. Keep hitting the little chuck thing. Nope. How do you make this fun? Like, where's the fun in this? I feel like if I could probably do the emulator and the actual DS at the same time, but I know people are gonna get mad if you use an emulator to do this. You're gonna be like, it's a real shiny. Like, yes, it is. It's a real shiny. I will also 100% just copy this one Charmander 3 fucking times. Nah, I'll probably, like, legitimately catch it 3 times. Nope. That was an encounter. I actually don't know. Like, if I want to do a Shining Living Dex, would I... So my thing is, would I redo the glitch entirely? Redo the whole setup, which is like 30 minutes. And then catch these 3 9 times? Or... I didn't mean to do that. Or, and this is a big or, do a like use a safety save, reset it back to before we caught it. Caught it meaning this Charizard, Charmander. Before we caught it, and then just keep recycling it because it's going to be a different seed, which I might just change my player ID in between. It's two. Actually, don't know. Like, I guess it really falls on what I want to do. Because at the same time, I'm not, like, claiming these are legitimately caught shinies. Like, they are, but, like, it's in the loosest sense of the term. Once we hit Gen 2, whenever you could do the breeding thing, I think that's going to be a lot easier. Because I'm pretty sure for breeding, it's like 1 in 64, and all you need is a foreign shiny Ditto. So we'll be, figuring out RNG manipulations for that, or fucking just praying to God. Or just playing like, yeah, praying to God. I think I will actually do the trainer fly glitch on, like, Pokemon Red, but, like, Pokemon Red Japanese version. Do like the trainer fly glitch for that. Nope. Yeah, do the trainer fly glitch on that, and then shiny hunt a Ditto. So it's a Japanese Ditto, and then trade it to my English gold. Dude, I would so love just to be able to do Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But no, we're doing it on the oldest game that you can find the Pokemon, which is not Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It is 100%. I don't know if we're just regenning the same Pokemon. Excuse me. Is this challenge possible? Yeah. 100%. You're on YouTube, so I can send it from Twitch over. Here's a video that I made kind of explaining this challenge, MFK. If you want to go watch it, you may. You don't have to. But the gist of it is in Pokemon Blue, when you transfer Pokemon over to Gold or to Pokemon Bank directly from Blue, the shinies are calculated by its IV stats, DV stats. So you can in fact shiny hunt in the original games. You're just rolling for the perfect DVs, which is 048 on HP, which is dependent on other stats. So you don't count that as like one of the odds that you have to roll. Like right now we have a 0 DV. To tell what the DVs are, there's like a little calculator. So at 18 HP, that's a 0 HP DV. So yeah. Which that would have worked if all the other ones were 10, but yeah, but yeah, the challenge is not hard. Like it's hard, but like getting it set up to work isn't hard. All you have to do is the save glitch. The save glitch, and then you can get to this point where you have just unlimited rare candies and you can level up it until you figure out the actual DV spread. So yeah, but yeah, I originally was going to do the trainer fly glitch and catch all the Pokemon you can get shiny in this, but I decided against that. So I'm just going to do what you can get, which is the trades, which is the I don't know if we're rolling, like, hang on, I'm gonna look it up. Is the virtual console on 3DS a hard reset? No, this one works. I can't read chat at the moment. Oh, I can. Okay, it is counted as a hard reset. Says Helper69C on Pokemon. The Pokemon speedrun website. We're gonna count the encounter here. We got one more. We might have something cooking here, boys. 22. Okay. Defense 22 is too high. Defense 22 is too high. We're looking at a defense 22 is fucking near perfect. Actually, that's a 14 or a 15. So yeah, that wouldn't work. We need a defense 20, a speed 27, a special defense, which is just the special in this game, being 23, and then we will be good. So that's where we're shooting, boys. At level 15, and then I'll level it up to level 20, and when you hit level 20, you can kind of tell a little bit better. Oh, this one works too. You can tell a little bit better. Alright, we're gonna count it here. So right now we're looking for 37 or 39. No 38s in this house. I have to catch this 3 fucking times. Which is absurd. I didn't read what the stat was. I think it was 38. Yeah. Which, in reality, honestly, if we wanted to move it to the correct game, we would only reset on 36. We would reset everything but a 36. But I don't want to keep doing that. I guess, like, if we're gonna reset, might as well reset where it'll work. So I don't know. Maybe, yeah, 0 will work in any game. So if we reset on 36. I think that's gonna be a little bit better. That's 20. Yeah, I think resetting on 36 would be better. I'm not actually sure what would be better. I know if you move it to Ultra Sun and Moon, it has to have the defense stat random with the attack stat. The attack stat at 10, but if you move it directly into Heart, Gold, and Silver, it has to be the defense 10 and the special attack, the normal attack being not random, being random. I really butchered what I was trying to say there, but yeah, I think we're going for a perfect one, which would be 0. So we do want this to work in other games. Like we're not putting this directly into Pokemon Bank. Like it is going straight into Gold to finish that dex, which I will be doing the complete dex in Pokemon Blue and getting a screenshot of that. My Pokemon Blue game. Okay. Oh, fuck. This is actually pretty good. There's no way we got it in 24 encounters. Like, if we got it in 24 encounters, I'll fucking drink bleach or some shit. I don't know. I don't think we would get it in 24. If we did, I'd be very, very fucking surprised. And then it hits 36. Attack 21 works. Defense 20 works. Speed 27 works. And special... It's a fucking working mon. Okay, we don't want to level it up and evolve it. There's no way. Like, there's no way that in only 24 encounters on your stream, we got it. Okay, let's get it to level 20, and then I'll recheck the IV spread. DV spread. I keep saying IV, I mean DV. If I say IV, I mean DV. If I say DV, I mean DV. Cool, let's check its stats. I have to pull up the website. Checking its stats. Go here. It's level 20. I'll also pull it. Okay, we can look at it this way. 45's good. Attack 26 works. Defense 26 works. Speed 35 works. And special. Holy shit. What the fuck? All of the stats work again, so we can level it up more. Bro, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Like, we have to have, like, one IV off. There's no fucking way. Let's get it to 25. No. No. We don't want you to evolve. Okay, 25. Well, let's look. Attack 32 works. Defense 31 works. Speed 42 works. And special 36 doesn't. Oh! That close. The special is either 12 or 13. Yeah, it's 12. Well, that was close. That was close. We were pretty fucking close, but no. No fucking cigar. I can't believe that we were that close. I'm pretty sure every stat but the last one was fine. Like, that was really fucking close. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna reset on it not being an 18 HP stat. I think for, like, the sake of just having the best possible chance, it's just going to be behooving to do so. Because I want it to be able to work on other games, and I don't know, like, I have not tried moving it forward, so I don't want to get a Pokemon, move it forward, and then it's not shiny in one of the games, because then it's redundant. You know, it's like, oh, okay, well, I have to go catch it again anyway, but then I would have to come all the way back here to catch it. So I think it would just be better to get it at the best possible fucking chance you can get it, which would be 0 HP, which would be a 36. So we're looking at HP 36. No, we're looking at HP 18. Is what I meant. I don't know if that's going to be benefit. I don't know what's beneficial. I don't know how many people actually shiny hunt in these games. I don't think a lot of people have. Like, you know, there's people that post on YouTube or whatever that they have, but they don't, like... I don't believe it. Because they're like, look what I did! And then they show, like, 2 encounters, and then one of them, it's like, this is probably the same IV spread, DV spread. Yeah. If I stream for 24 hours, there will still be a 50% chance I just won't get a shiny. If I do a 48-hour stream, there's still a 75% chance, a 25% chance I won't get a shiny. If I stream for 3 days, I still have like a 1% chance it won't be shiny. This is gonna be forever. I'm probably gonna be, I think my 12-hour playthrough of Blue is going to be the only glistening hope of my happiness for the next, like, month. Because I have to do, if we're doing it this way, 3 Charmanders, 3 Squirtles, 3 Ivysaurs, so that's 9 of them. And then I do Zapdos, Snorlax, Articuno, or whatever its fucking name is. Okay, that's good. Fuck, I don't know. Does speed have to be... I always forget. Speed... Yeah, speed has to be 12. This is gonna be a month. I don't think... It's going to take probably a month to get out of Pokemon Blue. I mean, Pokemon Red. I have 44 minutes in-game. Everyone's like, oh, the older games are so harder because you were a child. No, they're harder. Like, hands down, they're harder. Hands down. I don't believe that argument. When your fucking rival starts picking the type that is, like, advanced, it's like if I just pick Charizard, Charmander, and he picks Squirtle, it's already harder. Anytime you encounter this motherfucker, it's already harder, because he has type advantage on you. So it's always, like, he's always going to be harder, no matter what happens. Like, the only way I beat Blue in the Elite Four was doing Fissure, which was a ground-type move. It'll work. I hate restarting on Pokemon that'll work. Because they're so few and far between. But yeah, no, fucking, I do not believe the older games are harder because you're a child. I don't believe it. Like, in what fucking world is that true? They are harder, get this, because they're harder. Like, they're not an easy game. You have to beat the entire Elite Four without dying. And then you still have to beat your rival. We can reset. You still have to beat your rival after beating the Elite Four. You have to beat 5 people in a row without running out of moves, without running out of revives, without running out of health stats. Even with me cheating to get through it a second time just so we can get through it, I still had to revive my Pokemon. And I leveled them up from like level 61 all the way to 75. That's absurd. I even had Pikachu leveled all the way up, and it was just useless. Like, after the first, the Ice-type lady, it was practically just useless to even use. I just used it as a fucking swap-out to revive. So, like, I do not fucking believe these games. Like, I don't know. Like, are they harder? Yeah. Are they a lot harder? I don't know, but fucking Scarlet and Violet was a cakewalk. Like, I remember I was in a Discord call with like a whole bunch of people that like were shiny hunting, whatever, And they brought up like the conversation of like, oh yeah, this game's really hard. Like it's so hard. And I was like, no, it's fucking not. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I used the same 2 Pokemon throughout the entire fucking game. I used the starter, Lechonk, and the little Primary or Primary, the electric type like cute looking Pokemon. And those are the only 3 Pokemon. I never had to switch out. I never had to use HP ups. I didn't have to use anything. And they're like, I don't believe that. And it's like, no, yeah. Like, I didn't even do raids to get XPs. Like, I kind of did here and there, but I never did raids like with the sole purpose of doing that. And it's like, yeah, those games are fucking easy. I remember Sword and Shield. I was getting, like, I actually was starting to get pissed off because I was like, and like I wouldn't even have to mega my Pokemon. Like during Scarlet and Violet, I never had to terrestrialize or whatever it's called, but I never had to like mega my Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Like I would one-shot their Pokemon through it, and it was just pissing me the fuck off. I was like, bro. Like, is there just no difficulty? Like, I understand, like, accessibility and, you know, people play games differently and, you know, like, a lot of people my age will play for, like, end game and not really care for the story. I like the fucking stories. Like, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. If you play a Pokemon game and you don't even, like, give a fuck about the story, you're on drugs. The story is so good. Like, on some of these... Like in Gold, the story is good. Your rival, he's an asshole. He stole from fucking Professor Elk or whatever his name is. And your entire, like his entire thing is just hating you. Like he does not want you to be alive. Or like, in Black and White, I didn't play 2, so I don't know how far it went. But Black and White with fucking In, where he had like such a moral dilemma and... You started catching his Pokemon in the wild and started like understanding him as a person, and you started like feeling for this character. Like it actually felt like a slice of the fucking anime, which is really hard to do. And then in Black 2, I didn't play it, so I don't know anything about it. But yeah, like like I like the story in Pokemon games. Like, Pokemon Blue's kind of bland because it's a fucking 1994 game. What do you fucking expect? Go play like, what games came out then? Resident Evil 1? Hang on. Okay, Google. When did Resident Evil 1, the video game, come out? $1996. This game came out 2 years before Resident Evil. And I would still relatively say they have a very fucking, like, Resident Evil, of course, is way better. Like, graphics and whatnot. But I don't, dude, like, are Pokemon games just hard? I mean, not hard anymore? Have I reached the age where they're not easy? I mean, they're not hard. Like, I struggled through this. Like, this was a struggle fuck for me. But is it because I'm just bad at playing? Am I good at new games but bad at old? Like, I remember fucking Violet, man, not Violet, Pokemon Platinum kicking my ass as a kid. Should we shiny hunt all of the letters? All the letters in Platinum? Like the unknown letters? That would suck. How many letters are there? How many letters are in the alphabet? Okay, Google. How many unknown types are there in Pokemon? 28 forms. I would have to catch unknown 28 types. Okay, Google. What's your favorite Pokemon? And don't tell me an AI fucking response. They said they like Vileplume. Okay, Google. Tell me about Vileplume. What makes you like it? Okay, Google. Tell me about the Pokemon Vileplume. What makes you like it? Fuck you. Okay, Google. What's your favorite Minecraft enemy? What is your favorite Minecraft video game enemy? See, they don't respond about Minecraft. Which proves Minecraft sucks. Nah, it's a good game. What's your favorite Pokemon legendary? Google. Slowbro's not a legendary. Pick a legendary. Ah, fuck you. Oh, I meant click A. We've been streaming for 30 minutes and I'm only 43 encounters in. If we can break like 60 within an hour, I'll be good. If we do 1 a minute, I also went on like a 10-minute tangent at the start of this stream. I actually, like... I genuinely think that once I, like in the year and a half, 2 years it'll take me to do it, I think once I get through doing all the mainline Pokemon games, I will go to Pokemon fucking Uranium and shiny hunt in that. I never beat Pokemon Uranium. It's an actually hard game. And honestly, the person who made it, if they ever see this, you did a fantastic fucking job. Like, Pokemon should have hired you. If they haven't, I don't know. They should have hired you. You made a game that is genuinely hard, genuinely interesting, and genuinely fun to play, which is hard to fucking do. Because I'll tell you. Excuse me again, I'll tell you. Scarlet's not fun until you get to the second act. Shield's just not fun in fucking general. It is such a waste of time. Never play Shield. If you want to play a game, Scarlet and Violet's okay. Let's Go Eevee's kind of a gimmick, but it's a cool gimmick. Don't play Shield. Don't waste your money. There's nothing in Shield for you. Why would you go play it? The devs didn't like Shield. That's why it's ass. They at least kind of cared about Scarlet and Violet because they made it fun. I like the open worldness. Even if people fucking shit on it. Because it looks like fucking donkey dick. At least it's fun. The shiny hunting's intuitive. They added better mechanics so you can get battle ready Pokemon. So you don't have to sit there and do what I'm fucking doing in DV fucking rolling. If you want a shiny Pokemon that is battle ready and can whip ass, what? It takes you 10 minutes? It takes like 2 or 3 hours? That's it? That's fucking amazing. But if you want to do it in fucking any other Pokemon game, it's dog shit. You're spending months. Months, weeks, this would work. You're spending months. Weeks. And by the time you're fucking done, they probably ban half the Pokemon you did. So we're looking for 37, 39. 37, 39. I got a hella piss. I'm not going to go pee. I'm about to put a silly straw in this alcohol, though. I think we're about to end up on 30. Nope, 38. You might get fucking lucky. 38. Okay, let's look. Attack 21 works, defense 20 works. Hey, this one will work. Yeah, this one will work. Let's get it up to level 20. Whoops. Okay, 47 works. Oh, we can look now. Attack 27 works. Defense 25 does not work. Fuck. Defense doesn't 25, don't work. I'd rather honest, dude, I'm genuinely just thinking, like, to get this shit done and over with, we're just resetting if it's not 36, but if it's not 18. Like, I think that we're just doing it on 18 setting. I don't know. Technically, our arts don't get better every time we fucking redo it. Doesn't work. 50. We did 8 in like 4 minutes. We did like 8 in 8 minutes. Yeah, so I have the spreads needed for level 15 and level 20. If we get past those two, I'll open the spread for 25. And then if we can't figure it out, then we'll go up to 30. Hey, what's up, Ivar? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Oh, fuck. We got a follower on Twitch. I can't read the name, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second and I'll pull up stream labels. Give me 1 second. I'm good. That's pretty good to hear, bud. It's like midnight for me. CGF on Twitch. Welcome in on Twitch. Thank you for... Your name tells me where you come from. Welcome in, guys. If you want a quick explanation of what I'm doing, I'm shiny hunting Twatch. Yeah. If you want an explanation of what we're doing, we're shiny hunting Charmander and Red. It's a pain in the ass. We're gonna be here a long time, so I'm kind of just going on tangents. So if you guys have any questions or like what you want to know what the goal is, just let me know. But yeah, shiny hunting in this game is pretty hard. You have to do the item overflow glitch. That works. That one works. So we'll count the encounter, and then if I can menu. See, I used to say menuing's not a skill, and then like that shit's so fucking hard. But yeah, how's your day going? Dude, you missed the tangent earlier, but it's bad. It was bad this morning. So, this morning so I did an emulator version of Red to kind of get the item overflow glitch to work, because it's a lot harder to do. So I was like, I'm just gonna use it on the emulator at the speedrun website. 38 doesn't work. Hang on, what level are we? Did I over level? No, yeah, 38 doesn't work. No, we already counted. So, yeah, this morning I was trying to move over to that save, which is this save that we're playing on, and my SD card died. And I was like, huh, that's really weird. You know, I've had this SD card for like 5 years, never had an issue with it, loved this SD card like it was my own son, and it died. And so I put it into my computer to try to like reformat it, and it was like, oh, it's not a big deal. You know, it's not a pain in the ass. And no, it's completely dead. If I have the culprits, here's the culprit. This little SD card, I'm never throwing it away. I will carry it to the day I die. This one doesn't work. So yeah, it died, so I had to go buy a new SD card. And I did a playthrough of Pokemon Blue on stream, which I don't have it published because Twitch, if you have any DMCA music, which Pokemon typically does, you can't, it won't auto-publish, but I'll have it published at some point. So yesterday we beat the Elite Four, and I was so upset. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to rebeat it. I don't know how far back the save is. I thought the save was like 4 or 5 gens back. And no, it was like right before I walked into Elite Four for the first try. I did a safety save and moved it to my other DS. So I was able to like re-secure beating that game. So yeah, we're back now. I'm without like half of my shit though. On my DS. Like I had to re-download all the software I had it. Thank you, Nightbot. So yeah, I had to re-download all the software, had to this one's not gonna work. Re-download all the software, re-download Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, had to re-download Gold and Silver, which isn't bad, but it was a pain in the ass. Which now we're smooth sailing into trying to catch Charmander 3 times shiny, and then Squirtle 3 times shiny, and then Ivysaur 3 times shiny. So yeah, we're gonna do that. You big on the Pokemon games? 19. This one will work. I don't know how it's going to, but it will. My computer just did something really weird. Oh, it was Nightbot. Thank you, Nightbot, again. I need to disable it at some point. But yeah, CFG, to kind of explain the goal, that is now, the goalpost has changed. I've casually played most of the games. That's pretty cool. I have not played like 90% of them. This will be a 39, I believe. Yeah, okay. So this will work in the game that I want it to. How did you not get sick of playing the same game for so long? I do not care about monotony. 20 defense works. Speed, it does not work. I don't care about monotony. It's not that hard for me. I want to be real. It's kind of like whenever you shut off your brain, you can kind of do the same thing over and over again. So I can sit here for probably like 9 hours and do just this and just talk to myself the entire time. But you know, streaming makes it a lot easier. If I wasn't streaming, I would like speed this up. But you can't do it on 3DS, but I would speed this up and kind of like be happier. That doesn't work. Be a little bit happier, but this doesn't bother me. Like, obviously you guys haven't caught my Sword and my Scarlet and Violet playthrough, but whenever I would shiny hunt in that, I would sit there for like 5 hours just hunting one Pokemon, and I didn't care. Like, whenever, Annihilate, which was in the new Scarlet and Violet game, I was trying to, egg it so where it had, like, nearly perfect IVs, mid-DV spread, and it was shiny. What's your favorite Pokemon game? That's a hard one. Favorite, as in fruitfulness, I like Platinum. Like, I'm not a Diamond and Pearl fan, but I'm a Platinum fan. I never played Diamond and Pearl, but Platinum, you can catch all three, and I found it really cool, and that was like one of my first Pokemon games. Platinum was like, Platinum was so fucking cool, dude. Anyone who did not like Platinum was just like, it didn't sell well because it was like, it came out a year later, but it was such a good game with Garantina. Garantina is still my favorite legendary. That works. Hang on, back it up. Back it up. Let's check it real quick. But yeah, Platinum was so hype. I don't know if I counted this one, so we're just gonna say 60. But yeah, Platinum was my favorite. My second favorite would be Heart Gold. Because of the Pokewalker. I own Heart Gold and the Pokewalker, and I remember loving the fuck out of that Pokewalker. My least favorite game is Shield. I stopped playing after Black 1, so I cannot speak on any of the other Pokemon games. Yeah, that works. I cannot speak on any of the other Pokemon games past that point, so I'm not going to give an opinion on them. But Shield fucking sucks. I already counted it. Shield fucking sucks. Currently, I kind of am really vibing with Scarlet. I did just buy Pokemon Arceus. Like, I bought it yesterday, but I'm not going to get to it. Out of curiosity, what is the second number displayed after the attempt counter? That is my odds counter. I should probably add text to kind of explain that. I made an odds, Pokemon odds calculator, where it's a counter that I hit on my keyboard with like 2 buttons, and it outputs how many Pokemon I counted. So like right now we're at 61, and then it outputs the odds. So it's like an odds mathematic thing. So in 60, for me to get 61 encounters with 61 encounters with none of them being shiny, it's a 0.74. Yeah, I made it myself. Can you explain what you're doing right now? So what we're doing, give me 1 second, I'm gonna answer CFG first. You made it yourself? Yeah, I did. I do general coding, here and there. So I made it myself. I was going to publish it publicly at some point, but my art friend is making me a logo for it, so I wanted to wait for her to get that done. And I've been kind of like stress testing it to see like what kind of bugs that are there. But right now it works with, I think, every Pokemon game. I have to go see, like, I tested it from Black 1 to Pokemon Blue to all the way Black 1, because those have the same odds of 1 in 8,192. I did not do past that point, so I have to figure that out, but when I do, I'm gonna probably publish it publicly so other streamers can use it. So yeah, the right number, the left number, right for me, left for you, is the current count, and then the number right below me is our odds. So the odds of me getting a shiny right now, like mathematically, is 0.77. So if this next encounter is shiny, I got it in that percentage of odds, which is very, very fucking hype if we do. But I've had sometimes where that number only went to 1%. Sometimes I've had that number go all the way to 99, which means I have a 1% chance of it being like mathematically every time I roll, that Pokemon should be 99% of the time shiny. What is a shiny? Oh, okay. So, Phil, I'm going to answer your question, then answer that one. So what we're doing right now is in Pokemon Blue, you can shiny hunt. Pokemon Blue did not have color, so it doesn't have any shiny like looking Pokemon. So ergo, why there's no fucking color, you know? There's no color. But whenever you transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Blue to Pokemon Gold, which is Gen 1 to Gen 2, Gen 2 added shinies. So shinies have existed all the way since then. So, shinies, to kind of explain, are just a different color variant. It adds nothing to the Pokemon. There's basically no reason to get one, other than that you like the colors. I don't know if I added that, so we're just going to add it again. I need to keep track of the encounters that we do. So there's no point in shiny hunting, but it's just like for general looks. And then if Twitch, thank you for following. It emailed me, CFG. So yeah, there's no real point in shiny hunting in these games. It like, in reality, if I wanted a shiny... Oh, my stream thing kind of died for a second. Yeah, so there's no real point in shiny hunting in these games. If you want a shiny Charizard, go into Scarlet and Violet and shiny hunt it there. You'll have the lowest odds, which is like 1 in 600. But what I'm doing, which I made a YouTube video, I'll publish it, and it's published, but I'll have to upload it in a second to y'all. CFG, if you do !C, it'll pop up. But what I'm doing is I want to shiny hunt a Pokemon from its original game. Which means, originally I was going to do the Trainer Fly glitch in Pokemon Blue, where you can encounter any Pokemon that you want. But because I kind of want to move on from Pokemon Blue and Red, because I want something with fucking color in it, we're not doing that. Sadly, I have work in the morning and have to head off, so you have a good one. Also, I sub to YouTube. Hopefully I can catch one of your streams for one. Alright, catch you later, CFG. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for the follows on both. I probably need to make chat commands with my link tree in it, but I think I appreciate you stopping in. But yeah, shiny hunting is a pain in the ass. So in this game, which is Pokemon Blue, what we're looking for is its DV spread, which is just like how good the Pokemon is. So in Gen 2, because they wanted Gen 1 Pokemon to be able to transfer forward and the ability to be shiny, which if they did not do that, there would be no point in playing this game, right? I would just skip Pokemon Blue in general and moved on to just straight Gen 2. But because they did add that, these static encounters, or encounters which have the ability to randomly roll, because in these games when they made it, there wasn't a lot of RAM space on a Game Boy, let alone a Game Boy Color. So what they did was, for random encounters, they have like a small section of the DV spread. Like, random encounters can never be shiny because they can never be the exact same. So for the static encounters, which is what we're doing right now with Charmander, is so many Pokemon now. How do you know which ones are worth evolving? Yeah, there's 1,008 of them now. So what I'm doing, Phil, which I'll send you the video in 1 second there we go. Copy link, go to my YouTube chat. Here's that link to that video. So to explain, so what I'm doing is a shiny Living Dex, which means I get every Pokemon shiny. So I have to theoretically catch 3 Charmanders, all the ability to be shiny, and then evolve one of them to Charmander, Charmeleon, and then one to Charizard. And then that is a Living Dex of the Charizard line. So then I do that for every Pokemon in the entire game. So by the end of this, I'll have relatively 1,000 Pokemon shiny. Right now there are some that are shiny locked that you just can't get shiny. And there are some Pokemon in general, like Celebi, you can't get shiny. So there are some Pokemon that are going to be excluded from that list. Attack 22 works. Defense 21 does not. So yeah, from that list, there are some Pokemon that are just not going to happen, you know? Like, there are genuinely going to be some Pokemon that are feasibly impossible for me to get. Like I said, Celebi is a good example. Darkrai theoretically is another example of a Pokemon you can't get shiny because it technically, you have no ability to access it because it's technically an event Pokemon. But I will 100% be genning event Pokemon. Like, I will 100% just be able to access them. Not genning them, but I'll, like, give myself the item to go and encounter them. How can I tell if they're shiny here? I'm checking their DV spread. So whenever I'll take like a second or two on this Pokemon. Actually, if you wait, whenever I get a Pokemon that'll work, I'll tell you. So if this one works, I'll tell you. Give me 1 second, I just got a text message. Okay, we're good. I did get a text, but it was an important text. This one doesn't work, okay. So whenever I open that screen, I'm looking at their HP stat. So their HP stat, when they're this low level, is very easy to tell what its IV kind of spread is a little bit. So if it is 18, like if its HP stat is 18, HP stat is 18, I know its DV stat is 0. So it can only be 18 if its DV stat is 0. If it is 19, that means it's 1 to, I think, 15. So then, if it's 20, I know it's not going to work in general. So here, if I go into this screen, I look at the defense. If the defense stat isn't 10, I know it is below the 10 stat. If it's above 11, then I know it's 15. Or whatever. If its speed is 13, I know it's a perfect IV, which is 15. If it's 12, I know it's higher than it's supposed to be. And if it's 11, no, if it's 12, it's right. If it's 11, it's too low. So the defense and speed are too low. And the special has to be 10 for it to work. You can open, if you go here, you can look at the stats. So for like, what I was saying is attack needs to be 11, defense needs to be 10, speed needs to be 12, and then special defense or special in this game has to be 11. So what I'm looking for is 10 in defense, 12 in speed, and then I think I said 11, yeah, 11 in special. So we're looking at 10, 12, 11. Now, if it's, if I know that it's, if I know that its HP stat is 18, then I know the other stats are going to be a lot better, like closer to that 10 range. So for shinies in this game, what we're looking at is the defense, the speed, and the special all being DV10s. And then the attack doesn't really matter as much, like the attack's not a big deal. If you get a 10 in attack, that's good, but if you don't, it's not a massive deal. So like here, this is close, but the speed is low and the attack is high. So if the attack was lower and the speed was up, that would have been better. But because I know that the speed has to be 12, that Pokemon doesn't work. But that has 0 DV and health. So, yeah. You can, like, once you get the system down on, like, what you're trying to look for, you can kind of go by, like, it can go by quicker. Which, once we hit 82 encounters, we'll be at 1% chance of it being shiny. So yeah, that's how you shiny hunt in these games. I don't know if I explained that too well. What is DV? DV is the hidden score points for that Pokemon. So there's 3 different kinds of stats for Pokemon. There's its normal stats, which is the ones that you can see. So like I can see the health stat is 18. So that's just a normal stat, which is dependent on the DV stat. But it's also dependent on the IV stat, but we're not going to get into that too well. But the DVs are its hidden stats, which tell you what it is. So like if it has a 0 DV in health, it's a dog shit Pokemon. You know? But if it has like all 15s, it's a better Pokemon, which could be used for, you know, competitive play. So it's just a hidden stat saying how good that Pokemon is. So whenever I'm resetting the game like I'm doing right now, I'm resetting to get a better DV spread for it to be shiny. So I'm looking for all 10s pretty much, except for in health. Health, we're looking for 0, 4, or 8. But we're looking for a Pokemon that will be shiny in Gen 2. So we're not going to, you know, right away know if a Pokemon in here is going to be shiny until we trade it. Which I'll just straight up move it to Pokemon Bank at that point. But I won't be able to transfer it out or move it backwards. But the end goal is to getting a Pokemon that will work in gold, so I can trade it from gold to leaf green. No, not leaf green. Ruby and Sapphire. So yeah, it's a lot to kind of get your head around. It is kind of a lot of information. I'm no expert in it. There are YouTube videos where there are people who are like progressively better than me at explaining this. But until about Gen, I think it's 4, all of the shinies are dependent on its IV Medivhs. So if you get a shiny in, let's say, like gold, you know what the DVs are, because the DVs are going to be 10, 10, 10, 10, or like 10 defense, 10 speed, 10 special attack, 10 special defense. And so if you get a shiny in those games, you know what it is, right? Which is why in those games, whenever competitive play was a thing, nobody used shinies because its DV spread was really bad. Like, it wasn't a good DV spread to have all 10s. You really do want perfect IV DVs, which is 15 in these games, and then in future games it goes up to 32. So that's what you're looking for. I hope I kind of explained that well. I probably didn't, but yeah. So shiny hunting in these games are kind of a pain in the ass. Hey, we're at 1%. So if we do that 100 more times, we'll be full odds, which is about 80%. Which, thinking about it now, I may just copy the save 3 times. So you get Charizard 3 times, but we'll see how I feel. Nope. That's a 0 HP stat, so 18 is a 0 HP stat. So yeah, shiny hunting in these games are hard. In Gen 2, it gets a lot easier because they implemented the breeding mechanic. So I can't go into that. I haven't really looked into it too much, but breeding with a shiny Pokemon in this games will give you progressively better odds at getting a shiny Pokemon. Like it can get as low as a 1 in 64 to shiny hunt. So that's why I'm kind of only doing the static counters for this game, because once we get there, I'll just be happier with my life. Are you playing any Pokemon? Are you playing in... No. I typically... what I stream is what I'm currently playing. I won't always be streaming Pokemon, I'm gonna be real with you. I do stream other games, but in the meantime, I am doing this on my free time. Like, when I go to work, because where I work, I don't really do anything of a vast importance. I'm allowed to kind of just, like, do whatever I want. So I'll do this at work, where I will sit here and just play, like, basically this at work. And that's what I'll do. And so, yeah, most of my day is spent doing this. What's your job? I'm in the internal research and statistics of my college campus. So I just help with the stats on campus. I kinda, if they ever need help, I help. 37, if they need help, I'll help. 37 works. Attack 21 works. Defense 20 works. Speed 20 works. Special does not. So yeah, I kind of like help with the stats on campus if they ever need help. If they need me to go do stuff. Recently, I've been volunteering my time in the library because my boss is like, look, you don't have anything here to do. So I'll go to the library and help them move whatever they need moving. Because our library on campus, like Louisiana got hit by a hurricane 2 years ago, so they're still renovating. So they have about 500,000 books they need moved. That doesn't work. They have about 500,000 books they need moved. And nobody to move them. So I've been going over there to kind of help out as much as possible. They trust me to move them by myself, but I don't want to move anything wrong and then they have to go move it back, because a lot of the librarian people have like health issues or just in general older, so they can't do as much. So that's why I go help them as much as I can. So yeah, that's my job. I'm trying to get another one, so I may be streaming less, which I don't stream too frequently. I've been trying to, but I kind of forget. Like, I will just start doing things and then kind of forget that, like, oh yeah, my goal is to be streaming right now. Plus, I have like really bad, like, I wouldn't say like anxiety, but like I have really bad. Like, for me to read both chats at once, I have to stare at myself, kind of deal. So that kind of gets in my head a little bit, because I don't particularly like staring at myself. But yeah, that's what's up with me. I'm in grad school for clinical mental health counseling, so I'm training to get into being a licensed practicing counselor, which means I'll be able to counsel people full-time. So I won't work 2 jobs, I'll just do that. And then I'll be spending my late 20s working on getting a doctrine in crisis intervention. How many years have I been in school? Like, my entire life, or college? If we're referring to college, 5. 5 in total years. I got 2 more, so I'll graduate 7 years in. Yeah, so I've been in 5. I have 2 more for my graduate program. It's a 3-year course, so I'll graduate at 7 years in college. And then to get doctorate, that's about 2 more years, 2 to 4 more years. So I'll be looking at like 7, 8, 9 to 11 years in college. And then once I'm done, I'm done. Which I've been pretty much, I've been pretty good. I have no debt. Oh, where are you from? I moved around a lot. I was born in Orlando, Florida. We moved to Kentucky for 9 years, moved back to Pensacola, Florida for, I think, 3 years. Then we moved to Louisiana, and then I've been here since. And that was about 8 years ago. So yeah, I've been in Louisiana for a while. 9 years ago. It was 9 years, 14 days ago. We moved here October 1st of 2014. What's your favorite place to live? Out of the places I've lived, that's a hard one. Because I don't want to say I'm relatively young, but I don't fully remember most places. So to give my opinion is kind of hard. 20 is fine. Speed's not fine. To give my opinion, it's kind of hard because I don't know if I keep like counting twice. Favorite place to live? I wouldn't say Louisiana. Well, typically, like, where my college is, I don't really care for it because it's really boring. I would say Pensacola was nice because of the beach, but we rarely went to the beach, like, outside of, like, a 6-month span. I would love, my parents live in Michigan right now. I would love to live in Michigan, but it gets really fucking cold. I've been up there probably, like, in the last 3 years, maybe a year in total. No, like 8 months in total. So, but what I gather up there is it's not that bad. Like, you have the minimum wage being above $7.25. I think it's like 15 now up there. You have a more standardized healthcare system where most of the hospitals up there work coefficiently with one another. So I would say, like, relatively I would like Michigan, but it's also rose tinted glasses because I haven't lived there actively. Which, I don't know. Like, I haven't really thought about where I'm moving to after grad school. Because I'm allowed to move around until I get licensed. So once I get my master's, I'm allowed to, like, move wherever I want. 38 doesn't work. What system? Like, what am I playing on? Oh, systems do I have? I have a... Hang on, I'll show you. I have a flat DS, made a 2DS. I have a new XL 2DS, which is what I'm streaming off of. I have a DSi that I rarely use. I have a Switch, which is the Animal Crossing Switch. I have a Wii, a PS2, a PS3, an Xbox 360, and an Xbox One. I used to have a PS4 and a Wii U, but I don't really use them. I have a PSP, the God of War Edition PSP. Not the one with Kratos' head, just it being red and black. So I have one of those. Outside of that, I've been recently looking at getting a GameCube. 39 works. Yeah, outside of that, I've been looking at getting a GameCube, but those are expensive. Defense 20 works. Speed 26 not work. So yeah, I have a couple of systems. I don't have as many as I would want, but I also don't have money. What's your favorite system ever? That's hard. I was never like into the console wars of like the PS3 versus the Xbox 360 or the PS4 and the Xbox One. I never got that as well as like other people. I think every console has its own place, you know. Like, every console, like, the PS3 and Xbox 360 are very comparable, so I will say, like, I would be, in that regards, a PS3 person. Because, like, I was always on PS3. Like, it is a lesser console, I will say. If you could only have one, fuck. If I can only have one console, I would say the PS2. I would say, never mind, I would say the PS3. Because on the PS3 you can basically, if you don't care about legality, you can play any PS2 game on it. You can play all the PS3 games. So yeah, I would say the PS3. If we're talking like, you know, following the law, I would say PS2. Because the PS2 just had a vast, like, if you play every PS2 game in its entirety 100%, you would die. Like, you would die before you get it done. I have a modded PS3. Yeah, me too, bro. Love it. Love modded PS3s. But yeah, if we're talking like modded, the PS3 is just unfucking charted. Like, there are so many games that you can play. There's the fucking Bayonetta series is on there. You can play all the Grand Theft Autos on there. What's my favorite PS2 games? Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I don't know how to do a modded Switch, I wish. What can you even do with a modded Switch? I played Super Mario Wonder today. I don't know what that is. Is that like a new Mario game? I like the old one. I don't know what we could do on the Switch. I really wish I could play Pokemon Stadium or Coliseum, but you have to pay to do the subscription to get that. Oh, the new one? It's already out? I didn't know it was out. Unless like you're talking about like illegally downloading it, but I didn't know it was out. But yeah, PS2 games. Hunting Ground, which is a Clock Tower spin-off series. I have over 1,000 games on Switch. I wish I knew how to do that. You guys can't see the screen because my thing sometimes fucks up. Yeah, there it goes. I don't like. Can you play Coliseum without buying it that way? Because I would just be scared of bricking it or getting like online banned for doing that. Yeah, PS2, Haunting Ground is a classic. San Andreas, like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is pretty cool. Ah, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I play online, so like I played the Pokemon games online to do like trading and the raids or whatnot. I don't know what that means. What other Pokemon game? No, what other games do I like? Oh, I've never played that. I'm wrong. I played it one time. I played it at my dentist office. So whenever I was a kid, we went to a child-only dentist. Like his entire thing was working with kids. Like he had, you know, a doctorate in, you know, fucking dentistry, but he also had a bachelor's in like child healthcare and child like safety. So he kind of like was really good with working with kids. He never had anyone cry. He was like really dedicated to working with children. And so whenever a game console came out or like a new video game came out, he would have like you know how like back in Walmart you'd be able to like look like this and play games on like the controller setup so you can try games in Walmart. He would have that in his office. He had the PS2, and I remember one time he went, he had SX snowboarding because his son was like, "You need to get it, Dad. You need to get it. It's such a good game." So that was the first time I played it. I think that's the only time I ever played it. I also played Crash Bandicoot, one of the Crash Bandicoots that way on the GameCube. That's also how I played Ratchet and Clank. We would go there and you would have to wait like a fucking hour, of course. What do you play on the PS3? I recently I've been more into Nintendo. For like the last 6 months I've been really kind of dedicated to like Switch games or 3DS games or whatever. On the PS3, I typically play like Bayonetta. I would play what other games would I play on there? I always forget. Like, I'm terrible with memory. I would play like Bayonetta, Black Ops 1 and 2 I would still play. I would play a lot of the PS2 classics. What other PS3 games I would have? I'd play like really shitty licensed games too. That doesn't work. I play like really shitty licensed games too. I'm like all about shitty licensed games. So like I'll play the like Wolverine game that came out on that era. I would play Deadpool on there. That taste never gets better. What's your favorite PS3 games? See, I really wish growing up my parents would have let me play on the GameCube. But my dad was like, no, we're not buying a GameCube. We're not gonna buy a GameCube. And so he never did. And I genuinely think I missed out. I genuinely think I missed out. Honestly, if young me got to play Pokemon Coliseum, I don't think I would have played fucking PS3. Like, I was so into Pokemon games as a kid that, like, the PS3 was kind of, like, second to none. Nope, that's good. The PS3 was kind of second to none for me during that time. But, no, it was like second place. Like, but it was like a strong second behind like a 3DS. Because I played so many DS games. I would play all the Pokemon games, I would play fucking Kirby, I'd play Animal Crossing, I would play all that shit, and then like once I hit like 11 years old, I got done playing DS games. I was like, after Black 1, I was like, I'm done. I don't really care. I got Black 2, and I was like, I'm really bored. Oh, that's level 40. Fuck. I'm at level 16. I meant to stop at 15. Okay, well, I gotta pull up the calculator to look at what 20 is. What 16 is. HP 40... Oh, it doesn't even fucking work. Okay. Yeah, so... Honestly, PS3 as a kid, what did I play on it? I played, World at War, Black Ops 1, like, I was always a Call of Duty kid until, like, a couple years back. Whenever Black Ops 3 came out, I got out of Call of Duty. I kind of came back into it. I play all of them from time to time. Like, I'll still replay, like, I like Black Ops 3 now. As a fucking teenager, I hated it. I would play Ghosts. I still like Ghost. I was, like, a huge Call of Duty person. I'd play Guitar Hero with my girlfriend. She would try to sing, but the microphone in those games is dog shit, so I'd barely, like, recognize what she was saying. What other games did we play? Like, I have terrible memory, like I said. I play the Splinter Cell games all the fucking time. Loved Splinter Cell. I still love Splinter Cell. People were crapping on the new Splinter Cell that came out like 5 or like 8 years ago. I liked it. I think a co-op mode for Splinter Cell is pretty cool. My parents would never let me play Hitman, but they let me play Call of Duty. So riddle me that. Oh, on the DS, whenever I had a normal DS, not a 3DS, I played the Call of Duty games on the DS, which I tried to replay recently, but those were crisp bad. They are not good. Which I'm really surprised that, so I don't know if you saw, Phil, but Microsoft finished the Activision buyout, so they bought them out for, I think it was like $69 billion, or something like that. So they were talking about giving Nintendo Call of Duty games again, and I was like, why? Who would play on the Switch Modern Warfare 3? Like, who in the right fucking mind would play a Call of Duty game on the Switch? Which I find so funny with the new Mortal Kombat 1, the new Mortal Kombat that just came out. A lot of people were like, oh, I'm gonna buy it on the Switch. And then they bought it for $70. And then we're mad it looks like dog shit. And it's like, yeah. You know why it looks like dog shit? Because it's dog shit on the Switch. Like, you spent $70. Might as, like, you don't own a PS4. You don't own a PS5. You don't own a fucking Xbox X. Or Xbox X. Series X or Series S or whatever. Like, at least, like, a console that would, like, relatively have, like, good graphics, or a computer that would be good graphics. But no, you're gonna buy it on the fucking Switch. Like, yeah, it's gonna look bad. I really wish that Nintendo put as much effort as they did on, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The new one, Wind Waker, I think. whatever the new one was, they put as much effort as they did on that game as they would do on a Pokemon game. Like, imagine that level of graphics and that level of, like, detail on a Pokemon game. But no, the Pokemon fan base is just fucked. Like, we get nothing. I wish we didn't get nothing, but we do. So we've been going for about 2 hours. Once we hit 2 hours, I'm gonna take a stretch break. I would suggest doing so as well if you've been sitting or laying in bed, just so you can get your bones shaken. Or if you can't. Sorry, I should have probably worded that better. But if you can't, I'm really sorry. But do something to give yourself physical health. Even if it's like a sit-up, if you can do a sit-up. God, I'm trying to think, like... Was there Kirby games before the DS? Okay, Google. When did the first Kirby game come out? (1922) When did Pokemon Blue come out? What? When did Pocket Monsters Blue come out? I do not believe there was a Kirby game before Pokemon. I don't believe that. You're telling me they came up with a Kirby game? Okay, Google. When did the first Donkey Kong game come out? 1981? My ass. Like fucking 40 years ago? 42 years ago? Honestly, good for Nintendo. Dude, I like, can I last another 20 minutes before I gotta go fucking piss? Yes. Alcohol is so hard to drink. Ah, my fuel. I feel like for the last like 30 minutes, we have not even gotten like one encounter that would work. I can't last 15 minutes. We're going to take a pee break. Coming back from my cell phone. Rufus, if you're still here, I was going to the bathroom. I'll be back in like 4 or 5 more minutes. Yeah, I went to the bathroom. I'll be back. I'm just taking out the trash because I noticed my trash can was full. I like to keep my place a little bit cleaner. Hey, we're back. Skippity toilet. Oh, my earrings are cool. Because sometimes they fall out while I'm doing shit. Welcome on, boy. Oh, my head turned up. I can't hear the game. Recording line in. Cool. Do you use? I don't know what that is. Can you explain that to me? Pokeism? Save it? No. I don't, I don't typically use those. I'll use it to test things, like if I'm not really certain how Pokemon react. Especially in the first games, I'll sit there and use it to be able to kind of look at, like, how things will work for the goal that I'm doing, but all the Pokemon that I plan on catching are legitimately caught, or at least legitimately rolled for to some extent. So to kind of explain, I'll use glitches. So like in this, I use the item glitch to be able to kind of look at like what the DVs are for the Pokemon. Gotcha, I'm considering it online game runs. I can't find legend games anymore. Hey bro, I mean if you have a 3DS, like I'm playing this and using stuff like that for transfers. Yeah, I mean if you have I will say do what is accessible to you. Like don't sell yourself short, or don't get upset at yourself because you can't find a physical copy. I will tell you, if you have more than one DS, you can still use a ROM of the game to be able to trade from one DS to another. You can do that. But if you only have one DS, like I know many people only have a single DS, what you can do in that case, I have two. Yeah, so if you have two, like for example, what I'm doing is, because only one of my DSs has the ability to stream, I'm going to catch the Pokemon, like let's say this Charmander is shiny. I'm gonna... Sorry if that was loud. If let's say this Pokemon's shiny, I'll level it up, I'll be able to get to the point where I can trade it, because I don't know if I can just yet. I'll get to the point where I can trade it, and then I'll trade it, I'll move the save from this DS to the other one, and then trade it to my Pokemon Blue game. And that's what I do. So that's what I plan on doing. Sometimes, depending on the situation, I will use like the emulators on my PC to be able to get things set up. So like, to do the item stack overflow glitch, because it's just really fucking hard and it's a timing thing to do, I did it on the emulators so I can like keep doing attempts, and then I saved it once it was like fully like flushed out to where I can get to this point where we're at now. My problem is more so I want to trade from older games to home, which needs either legit copies or save editors. I mean, what games are you looking at? That's a big one. What games are you looking at? Because if you're referring to like Blue, Gold, Ruby, Sapphire, and those ones, right now I got my eyes on Emerald. Yeah, I think you could do it without a physical copy of Emerald. If you have the virtual console version, it counts it as legitimate. Like, I have a shiny Charizard that I ginned to kind of figure things out, and it let me transfer that to Pokemon Bank. Now, do I know if it'll move it from Bank to home? I don't know. But it went into Bank, so I would assume that if it went in there, it would be able to transfer to home. But I know for a fact you can move Pokemon from the virtual console to Bank, and I'm pretty sure you can move Pokemon from virtual console to even home. Well, the thing that they're doing is they're shutting off online leaderboards, but they did say in that announcement Pokemon Bank will work. I genuinely do not see Nintendo like having a very positive response happen to them if they legitimately shut it down. Because if they do that, then every previous game, those Pokemon are dead in the water. Like, you basically anything before Shield is dead in the water. Before Let's Go Eevee, but fuck that. anything before Shield is dead in the water. So you couldn't even get, like, a lot of the Pokemon anymore. Like, they would legitimately block off, like, 400 of the 1,000 Pokemon if they did that. Because, like, let's say it's Pig, which is, like, the Pokemon Black Fire Starter. You wouldn't be able to get that anymore. And so, I think that they would get a huge adverse reaction, so I genuinely don't see Nintendo shutting it down. I do see them making it hard to be able to transfer things, though. I do see it getting a little bit harder, but I don't see them, like, entirely shutting it down. Because you also have to keep in mind that, like, people are already having problems with, like, Nintendo making, you know, previous games pretty much inaccessible. If they do it to Pokemon, which is basically their biggest fan base at this point, like, excluding, like, Zelda. Oh yeah, without CFW, you can't access it. I don't know. I don't see them, like, I genuinely do see them shutting it down on the 3DS side, but I do see that people will find a way to make it where you can still do it. Unless they shut it down on the home side. If they shut it down on the home side, I don't know what you can do then. You know what I would say that Nintendo should come out with? Like, this is just my opinion. If Nintendo comes out with a cartridge reader for the Switch where it plugs into the slot where you put, like, the game carts already and makes it so where you can put in Game Boy games, I would pay for it. Like, I would pay for it. Because you know what you can do, even for, like, physical copies? You can move the save from your DS onto them without major issue. So if they do that, and then that's the only way you have the possibility of putting Pokemon into home, so be it. I would be fine with it. I feel like they just need the files to be readable. I mean, I don't know. I've never looked into the modding scene for Pokemon Home. I don't think there is one, because you can still access it. Like, it is hard to access, but you can still access it. So, but I do think that if they made it where you can do a cloud version, like if you could do it all on your computer and you move your saves to your computer, then I do see that being accessible. However, I still think it would still be payment based, like you do have to pay for Pokemon Home to be able to do so. But you see, if they made, like, a computer program where you can do something similar, like if you plug in your DS to your computer, which I don't know how you would do, but if you plug in your DS to your computer and you can move the Pokemon that way, I wouldn't be too spiteful of that. But I don't know, I genuinely don't see Pokemon, like, the Nintendo obsoleting their first, like, 7 gens. Like, that's my opinion. I don't see them genuinely obsoleting it. Because at the same time, you have to keep in mind, like, the newer games, like, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I don't think you can get, like, all the... Like, you can't even get Darkrai in the new games. Like, to get Darkrai, you have to do the events on the other games or move it from Platinum. Which on Platinum, it was an event Pokemon. So at that point, you wouldn't even be able to get it, I don't think. I'm not sure if they re-added that somewhere. Or like Celebi, you wouldn't be able to get Celebi. Or a Shaman. So if they made it where you wouldn't be able to use those Pokemon would legitimately become obsoleted. Which if they become obsoleted, then, you know, there's no point. Like, I genuinely don't see anyone playing Pokemon anymore. Because even Pokemon from fucking Platinum are still, like, competitive ready, so you'd have the competitive scene kind of upset about it. You would have, and then not even, like, the officially ran competitive scenes. Like, I know the Pokemon themselves, the Nintendo company, they do, like, competitive scenes, but there's also some that aren't ran by them that still do, like, oh, competitive scene on Platinum, or competitive scene on Ultra Sun Moon. And if they made it obsolete where you can't move those Pokemon forward, then that's a huge issue. So I don't know. In my opinion, I don't see them completely shutting it off. Do I see them making it harder to use? Yes. But they already made it hard to use. Because you have to pay for it still, and you can't add money directly into your 3DS anymore because they stopped collecting credit cards or bank account information, so you can't do that anymore. So I'm not too sure. You know what I do see them doing though? Which I do think is their end goal, is adding the DS family of Nintendo games onto the Switch. Do like the console system thing that they do. This one works. The console system thing that they do. Like how you can play Pokemon Coliseum through the Switch right now. I do see the end goal being the DS and 3DS Nintendo games being added that way. So that would be the only regard that I would see them obsoleting the older games. But at the same time, like, the physical media is always going to be more, like, it's just going to be better overall. Is this 37? Yeah, okay. Attack 22 works. Defense 22 does not work. I don't know if I already counted it, but we'll just count it again. But yeah, what Pokemon games were you looking at, Rufus? Rufus? Oh. Excuse me. Oh, that's real good. Whoops. Excuse me, fuck. How'd that work? Excuse me. Okay, I wanna be real. I'm going to go to bed. So, good night.